That's a really good question. You have MAGA, you have competition with China, and you have age-old austerity. These are the excuses countries in the global north have been using to change the way they spend aid and slash their aid budgets. This is all while military spending is increasing. These choices are fueling an economy of war instead of an economy of care. And here's the reality. Ending world hunger, it would cost less than 1% of global military spending if done the right way. So it's not about money, it's about political priorities. For the past decade, rich countries, they've been rewriting the rules and shifting aid away from countries in the global south to serve their own interests. Our new report looks at exactly how we got here. It shows that changes to the rules that govern aid have shifted it away from real needs to the priorities of wealthy countries. Aid is off course and the global south is paying the price. It's doing less of what it should be doing and reaching fewer people in the global south. In other words, its quality's gotten worse and the quantity has shrunk. It all leads back to these decisions made behind closed doors by rich countries on what counts as aid. Well, first, we cannot give up. For centuries, the global north has taken wealth from the global south. That history means there's a responsibility and an obligation to give back. There's a $7.2 trillion aid debt. Rich countries must reverse the cuts and keep their commitments. Military spending, it dwarfs what's spent on aid. So the real question is, why can governments find the money for war but not for the global public good? You also have aid now being used for commercial interests of rich countries. So another question, why are we giving aid that enriches CEOs in Europe instead of improving people's lives in the global south? Look, we have to. When we talk about an aid debt, these aren't just numbers on a balance sheet. These cuts mean people can't drink clean water. Kids can't go to school, hospitals closing, disease spreading, children are going hungry. The world cannot afford an aid system rooted in politics and soft power over global solidarity. Aid must be rebuilt as an engine of justice. It can no longer be governed by a handful of rich countries making decisions behind closed doors. It must be at the UN, the one space where all countries have an equal voice. Look, rich countries, they can take the first step to rebuilding global trust by keeping their commitments on aid. But it must answer the needs of the global south and not Europe or the US.